Hey guys, welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today as you can see, I'm a pretty good redstoner from all of this. Here, I'll go to the bottom so I can show you. So you can see I'm a good redstoner. You're probably thinking, how am I so good? Well, first I looked at some YouTubers. I'm gonna give some inspiration first. So follow some YouTubers like Mumbo Jumbo as an example, because he's actually the reason why I started redstone, so credit. You can see lots of doors. I'm a door person. Big ones, tiny ones, really tiny ones, hidden ones, hipster ones, glass ones, fancy ones, like TNT ones includingly. And I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks that I use. So it's right here, all of this. So we'll start over here. Let me get my magic torch. This is a magic torch. The magic torch will show everything that you need to know with what I use. So this is a T flip-flop in one way. Gives one pulse and then do another. Another way you can do this is it's a kind of a bigger way, but it's a kind of a cooler way. So you could do something like that. So if I get a redstone block, you can do something like this. You could also do something like this. This would make it go faster. If you want a dual edge, you can also do this. This is kind of a dual edge, so if you give this 4-tick pulse, it would go up and down, and if you power the 4-tick, it power again. It's kind of a way. So this is like a T flip-flop. This is a monostable circuit, and you can change this to however the delay you want. I also use 4 ticks with this, usually. Sometimes 2 for certain delays. Now we have this. Now some people don't understand what hoppers, lamps, droppers, no blocks, and the repeaters are used for. If you do, that's great. If you don't, I'll show you. So 1 tick will do that. I'll give an update to this. A 2-tick is basically a kind of a shorter delay, but a tick. So if you have something like a 1-tick like this in a build, but then you need something else like a 1-tick, but you still need a 1-tick pulse, but you need less delay, you can use 2 ticks. So you can use a mix of 1 ticks, 2 ticks with each other. So if I power this at the same time, you can see this is pretty cool. Then we have 3 ticks, 4 ticks. Now this is this 3-tick is like this 1-tick. Instead of giving 1 pulse, it gives 2 pulses, but quicker than the 4-tick. And I'll show that. So I place one of those, place this, that. So then we can do, see? And if I link them all up, so if I just show you guys, when you link them all up, you can see them all in a way. I'll do it from up here, so you can see that. Now you can use, so this lamp is kind of like a 3 tick and a 4 tick, but it's like a 3.5 tick, I guess. So when you power it, it'll turn on after 1 tick, but then when you turn off the 1 tick, you have 2 ticks after. So it's like, I guess it's like an in-between of a 2 tick and a 3 tick in a way, because it's like turns off after 2 ticks. So it's like kind of like a pulse extender. It turns on instantly, and then it turns off after a little bit. Here, if you watch the lamp, it's hard to see. Now with a hopper, it's silent. You can do a dropper, like that. I find droppers annoying, and when I build, if I have to use a dropper for a reason, I don't stick out the face. I like to hide it because the face is ugly. There's like a mouth and eyes. It's ugly. So if you just do this, pretty cool. The good thing about hoppers and droppers is you can do something like this. Do that. And then if I throw an item in here, if you power that, you can get an output from here and an output from here. And you can do some other funky stuff with the comparator if you want to. Next, we have, these are like, from when I first started redstone, the logic gates. You have, if one input's off, the other one won't turn off until you do this. This one, so you turn it off, turn it off, turn on, turn on. If any of the inputs are on, the output will be off, so pretty similar. Now what I see in builds is some people just use like a random thing. Like if they use like a chest, you could just use like a furnace. So I use the appropriate thing for the number of items. So if I have very little items that I want to use, I'd use the furnace, then the hopper, then the dropper, then the chest. But I don't really use chests unless I actually need to for a reason. I use a shulker box so I can actually, if you were in like 1.11, for example, like if you still are, I suggest use a chest instead of shulker box. But if you're like 1.12 and up, whatever color the circuit, so if you're doing like a red circuit, like an input, and you need one of these, just use a shulker box, make it red, it looks nice. Now, this is a cool trick. I have 5 items in here. It's pulse extender. You can get a long output and 2 outputs out of there, as you can see. And this one didn't turn on because it doesn't work like that. You can't use the comparator and then dust. So I'll just do something like that. Then it'll turn off after a while. I use that sometimes. Now, the last thing is that you can connect. So this is like a little quad circuit from a sorry about that. My mic turned off. So you can connect the circuits. So I powered this with a 1 tick and I had to butt it because I didn't want to go out of this area so it looks nice. XD. And then 2 ticks later I used the observers to power this to bud the pistons with that updater, but I'm gonna have to disable that for now because you find a different way of doing it. So if I power this, since I connected it instead of having one input and then you power from another, you just connect it like this. Then from here, the average 5x5, you update this, you do that, just like, and then from here what you can do is you place a 2-tick there. No, it doesn't need to be 2-tick, but it's okay. And since this buds this, 2 ticks later, what you can do is this. It connects the circuits, saving you an extra move. Then, from here, you can use the same move here, but not from there, from the closing circuit, to do this. Then, you just power this, and you put the extra moves that you need in there as well. So that's kind of the basics. I'll be covering a little more soon. And I'll show you how they can go into doors and things, like these failed attempts thingies. And yeah, a big project coming soon, very, very, very soon. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And to end off the video, let's get a great view of the plot. So, that is it. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Turn off the mic instead.